8:45. I've been sick and I've been cooped up in the basement packaging knives and products for the day, and you know, been doing the doggone thing. And I thought, I haven't gone live in a long time. Why don't I just go ahead and do it? So here we are. I also had a giveaway recently here. So what I'm doing right now is people get on or do whatever they are or aren't doing, is I am finding this video on this absolute garbage tablet. What's up? So that I can track. Hey, what's up, Kevin? So I can track comments a little bit better than I would be able to otherwise, because it's really easy to miss comments up there. So I'm going to get this up and running here. If you guys didn't know, on my blog at exodusknifeandtool.com, I posted a way to win a $50 gift card. I really wanted to... All right, here we are. Volume on this piece of trash. Holding it upside down, that probably doesn't help. Okay, and I want to see comments, please. On this piece of junk, can we... Where the crap are the comments? What's... Maple, don't even start. Don't even start. You sassy girl. Why can't I see comments? Goodness. What is this? You won't be able to see this. Okay, so I'm watching myself here, but right here on the YouTube, there's no comments area. So I guess it's probably because I'm logged in or something. We will liggity log out. If I can, I hate this tablet so much. If you guys didn't know, I have been without a smartphone, a normal smartphone with, with data and everything else for a long time now, like years. And so it's been kind of weird. Now, I have kind of cheated. What's up, Mitchell? It's been kind of weird because I use a flip phone, and sometimes I can do Wi-Fi from a flip phone to my smartphone when I'm out and I need to check something or do something. Okay, but so I carry a old smartphone that I already had with me, and I carry my flip phone for the moment, but I don't have a regular phone, right? And so my original plan was to not use a smartphone, but to transmit. Are you kidding me? I still can't see comments? What in the heck is going on here? Where's the chat? This is too much. All right. So I'm not even going to watch the chat here. If you've said a chat here in the past, I will have missed it, but I'm just going to watch the screen. If they come too quickly, I will miss them altogether. That's just going to be the way it's going to be. I can't believe it. I can see comments on existing videos, but I cannot see live chats. That is absolutely irritating. Okay, so I've gotten way off topic here. I am here to chat with you guys randomly, no warning. Apologize for that. And I'm gonna what's up? Hope you're doing well in California behind enemy lines. I don't know what a Hoffman is. The flip phones are, anyways, it's been over a year. It's been a weird, the flip phones are terrible. The service is terrible. It's all up. It's all bad. Anyways. I can see the chat as I'm looking on the screen, but the reason that that often doesn't work is because if people start talking really fast, I'll miss comments. That's why being able to have a laptop or a tablet or a second phone or something to look through comments so I get them all can be helpful. Now, you know, bigger channels don't even care about getting them all and can't get them all. They just read 1 in 10 or 1 in 20 or whatever. I usually try and get all of them. But we're just going to push forward today. I want to encourage people to join my Facebook group. It is the Legion. It is the Exodus Knife and Tool Facebook group. I want people to encourage people to use that. And I want to encourage people to read my blog where I will post some stories about behind the scenes stuff going on with Exodus Knife and Tool, and that works well for people who don't have social media. So if you don't do the Facebook and the Instagram or whatever, join my email subscription list. Make sure that my emails don't go to your spam folder, and check the blog every once in a while. I hope that the blog will be somewhat entertaining if you're interested in my knife nerd stuff and seeing my business anyways. But to encourage people to do that, I had put a secret in there, for a $50 gift certificate for an Exodus Knife and Tool product. There's no expiration date, and it can be used on anything. Recently saw the Black Scout survival debacle. Just so brutal. That guy is still a thorn on my side. But so we only had 9 people who read that post and who followed the directions. They went to my why I chose S35VN steel, and they mentioned Magnet Cut. We had 9 people. So I'm going to do a random number generator here, and we are going to find out who won a $50 gift card. We've got to talk a little bit, like usual, we're going to talk a little bit about Psyops tonight. It's what we talk about so regularly because I really want people to understand that we have all been programmed for generations, okay? I understand a little bit about how it works, so I want to help people understand. If you understand that you have been programmed by people who want to use you or do you harm, then you can begin to unprogram. It's just really, really, at this point, it's like everybody knows it. Everybody, regular people believe that our politicians are bad people for the most part, that our media is bad and corrupt for the most part, but they haven't accepted it, and they haven't accepted the fact that they themselves have been programmed. So if I can help people to accept that fact, then even if they never get anything else from me, moving forward, they can figure stuff out. Warthog, I am glad to hear it. S35BN, I think people have gotten so used to it that it's become underrated, but the balance of performance and attributes is just absolutely fantastic. So anyways, so we're going to do talk a little bit about that later tonight here. But what's up, Jade? I'm glad to have you. We have 9 people here. Random number generator. You're going to see it before me. Hopefully I press this button correctly looking at your screen. 7. Number 7 is the winner on our random number generator. So I commented, the people who followed the directions coming from my blog at Exodus Knife and Tool, I commented a number on their comment. And so let's see who's number 7. There's number 8. Jade, you were close. You were very close, Jade. 4. Of course, it's not in order because that's how it works. And, normally, like on my phone or on my computer stuff, I can sort these by newest to oldest, and they all came in a row, so I could find it really quickly. There's 6. Cyber Productions, you were also very close. But this tablet is just so terrible. Like, this is a Samsung cheap tablet. It's like they've literally designed everything here to be as bad as possible. It's just a nightmare. 9. Okay. 5. Why? 7. Rick Corbett. Rick Corbett got number 7. So Rick does not have to be watching. I will reach out to him and he will receive a $50 coupon. Okay, Peter Cristiano. So the thumbnail is not the thumbnail picture is not a picture of bad people. It's a picture that I threw together of people who I know have falsified something about themselves for gain. Now, of those people, I do know that Dave Canterbury came forward and apologized. That is good. There is some other stuff going around about Dave Canterbury, and I don't know the details about all of it. There's something with knife design that they worked on with Essie, and that was very similar to the Essie 6HM now. What's up, LARPerator? And I believe there's also something with that design going back to Battle Horse Knives. What's up, the Roaming Prepper? And now there is some stuff going on with a backpack. What's up, Richard? The backpack, I know. I dislike. I had no intention about talking about Dave Canterbury this much, but you talked about that. I disliked Dave Canterbury for this reason a long time ago. I don't dislike him as much now. I feel like he is, for whatever else is going on, I don't know personally. I've done a video or two with him. I've seen him a crap load of times. I feel like he's doing a lot of stuff out there. So, Rick Strider is on there. I know that there's some Stolen Valor stuff going on with that. I don't know all of the details. I don't know the whole story. But I just am sickened by Chris. I don't know. This is the problem here, Chris, is it's so hard. It's so easy to miss people. It's so hard to keep up with every single thing. And so, guys, in the future, usually when I do live videos, it's not this bad. Usually I have my laptop set up. I thought I could use this. I hate this thing, but I still thought that I could use it. Actually, you see how gross this thing is? Goodness, it's basically been forgotten about. It's so terrible. We do, I mean, it's just been broken to heck. Whatever. Delta, what's up? So he asked if I keep a knife and multi-tool on my gear like a chest rig, and he uses a Leatherman. Jade mentioned there's a lot of things that you can learn from Dave Canterbury. Absolutely, Pathfinder School. There's a ton that you can learn there. I keep a multi-tool and a knife on my person at all times, despite what I'm wearing as a kit, and I would normally probably also have a combat knife on the kit. However, I've got 3 or 4 different kits in different places for different things. They're all set up the same way, but I don't have a knife on them because I haven't prioritized it, because I've always got a good sized fixed blade on me no matter what anyways. And I don't want to have 4 or 5 combat knives allocated to sitting on different kits in different areas for different purposes, because cost, weight, etc. And your kits should be as minimalist and as basic and as lightweight as possible. Hollywood's made everybody think that every square inch of space on any part of your gear needs to be taken with something. Some gadget, some doodad, some this, some that. Dudes are wearing shotgun shells on their kit and they're not even carrying a shotgun. They might not even plan on carrying a shotgun, but they've got that shot. So minimalize, minimalize, minimalize. Multi-tool is always a good call. Let's see. So yeah, okay. Okay, so I was going to talk about Psyops. There was this really good topic that I've been waiting to talk to you guys about that was just fantastic. And I was thinking about dropping it in a live video. And by Jorge, it was in my head and it's left me now. So we could talk about anything else until it comes back into my head. And at that point, we'll talk about it. Now, just so you guys know, I am normally an airhead. So this is not an anomaly. However, I will say that tonight, I'm a little bit more of an airhead than usual. Like I said, I'm sick. And so I've just been packing stuff all day. But I'm kind of not, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm pretty heavily medicated right now, just on Dayquil or whatever. But a lot of headaches, and I almost feel like I see at a lower frame rate. It's kind of almost surreal, like walking out to go get the mail or something. But like my nose is clogged up. Knoxville, what's up, guys? What are you guys doing in Knoxville? I'm assuming you guys are having fun. But like even if I get up and walk around and stuff, I'll be like out of breath, you know. So Chris, I'm glad you appreciate it, because that is absolutely where I am at. Bassmaster Classic. Are you there to watch or to compete? That is what I want to know. Will Texas become a liberal cesspool in the future? So, you know, Texas... You know, up until a certain time, Texas, you could not conceal carry in public. You had to like leave your gun in the car. I believe this was in the 80s. Northern Arizona. I need to get to Arizona because I need to buy a Suzuki Samurai. Well, Zach, I hope that you do compete. And if you come compete local, I don't know that you have spectating for something like that, but I'd be happy to come cheer you on if I could. You know, Texas has always actually been pretty liberal. Some of your worst conservative politicians are out there. Jade, how do I like 20 round mags for ARs? Love them. Think they're super cool. I like being lightweight. I think I'm going to start setting up my kits differently with a larger admin pouch and only 2 to 3 mags and possibly 20 to 30 rounds. Delta, where the money goes, the thieves go. Texas is rich in certain resources and that's where the thieves go exactly. Well, that's another thing that's been bothering me lately, guys. So this is way off topic again. The whole Black Scout survival thing started out of nowhere because the guy lied. Gross. Hate liars, right? And when you lie about a product that you are selling, and when somebody buys something because they believe your marketing, which you knew was untrue, that makes you a thief. Man, I hate thieves. And so that takes us back to Ultimate Survival Tips and the MSK1. That thing was marketed to the high heavens, just insane claims about the knife's capabilities that were vastly over exaggerated. I even said in my review, it's not a bad knife. I think it's overpriced. I think that there are things that could be better. I would love to help make it better. They mentioned taking my advice to make it better later after a bunch of stuff. But what really got me is I did this review reviewing the knife as against its own advertisements. And LARP Raider, glad to hear it. Let me know what you think about it. And it didn't stand up to his own advertisement, okay? Then is there specific defensive round that I like? Man, I shoot. I mean, if it goes bang and I can shoot it a lot, that's good. I've got a big rocket can ready to go at a point at my house to be picked up and loaded up in less than 15 seconds, filled with loaded mags of 62 grain, normal crap. But anyway, so Ultimate Survival Tips, he responded and he lied to me. And so that's where the rest of the videos came in. And I don't lie publicly to defend yourself. Okay? So the irony here was I was borrowing this blade from a friend who got the knife, whose first knife, MSK1, he bent the edge, bent the blade. He got this knife as a replacement, and Dave from Ultimate Survival Tips said they'd never had a warranty claim or defect. It's like, hold up. You very much have. The knife I reviewed is one. Jason Teet's design that I reposted. That's probably the Puko. To be honest, guys, like I run like 6 social medias. I think Jason Teets is a subscriber to the channel, a friend of mine, really good guy, and I love his designs. But I am not 100% sure which design of his I reposted or on which page, depending on. Oh, I reposted his Firecraft FC 3.5 Pro in Magna Cut. Very cool. Oh, the modified Firecraft 3.5. I didn't know that I posted that. He just posted something, I think today or yesterday, about a Firecraft 3.5. I think he called it the bear with a Bowie clip point. It looks so good. I can't tell you anything more about it. I don't know anything. I just saw the picture and I like it. But Firecraft knives designed by Jason Teets. He's a great guy. He's a great knife designer, and White River Knife and Tool makes an absolutely fantastic knife. So if that knife gets made, it's going to be fantastic. Beautiful knife. Okay, I think anyway, so he lied to me. Now, Black Scout Survival, I called him out because he was selling what was a copy of an Exotac. Now, it's not his copy of an Exotac, because what he does is he just goes onto the Chinese Alibaba, AliExpress, whatever it is, buys a whole bunch of stuff from China and has his logo slapped on it and ships it over here. That's what the ferro rod was. So this ferro rod you can buy elsewhere on the market without his logo. You can buy it from Amazon or whatever, but it is a copy of an Exotac ferro rod. He said that he said that Exotac would not work with him. Well, I talk to Exotac all the time, and that's crap, right? He said that Exotac wouldn't work with him because he's too conservative, and he said that Chris Jensen told him that. Okay, so I called Chris Jensen up on the spot. No, you're lying. Like every single thing that he has done or said is a lie. I freaking hate liars. I would be fine. I never followed Black Scout Survival. Like all of his crap was like so gimmicky and ugh. Whatever. And he's all like, China's going to destroy our country. We've got to rebel against China. But almost his entire product lineup is made in China. Look, nobody who is actually, yeah, the phone call is brutal. Nobody who cares about you, nobody who is out here to help you is going to advertise and put their name on a Chinese-made airsoft-grade weapon-mounted light and advertise it for you to defend your family with. That is someone who wants to take advantage of low-information buyers who just like buying cheap crap. But, that's what I was going to talk about. Someone asked if I've ever been approached or solicited by a federal agency or private entity working for the federal government through private contract or any other form. For jobs in the past, yes. For contracting and some other stuff, yes. Recently, I don't know, but that's what I was going to say. Thank you for reminding me. Psyops. Okay. So I will say he has one hell of an intro. That's actually one thing they mentioned to me, like, you're jealous because my intro is better than yours. What? I choose not to use an intro. I have for years. I did an intro like way back, and I chose not to use intros because I'm not trying to make myself look like something bigger than I am to sell crap. I just make honest videos. That's what it looks like. That's what I do, But I need to tell you about where you get your information from. It's vitally important. We today have mainstream media. We have alternative media. And then we have word of mouth. Glad to hear it, Max. You can't trust mainstream media, and as a rule, alternative media is just a different spin on mainstream media. It's still based on the same information. It's out. So word of mouth information. So let me just say here, if you are one of the people that sends me emails, for instance, this stuff happens, Black Scout Survival, I've got tons of people emailing me, showing me pictures of his house, showing me pictures of him in his house, all of his cars, everything. Dude, please release this. Dude, please burn this guy to the ground. A ton of information, right? I would never do that. Why are you reaching? That's too much. It's too much. But if you're sending me this stuff, no hard feelings. It's whatever. You're trying to help, maybe. But also, I've got tons of people sending me news stories, alternative media news stories that you can't find anywhere else, okay? There's a few reasons for this, but it could happen to you too if you're of a similar mindset and interest. You are going to be susceptible to false news or to being led on. So in the case of Rodney at Black Scout Survival there, he has a CIA partner. Now, it's not a CIA business partner. He admitted it in his phone call. He'll tell all of his subscribers, no feds here, no feds in our tribe, we're safe from feds. And then he'll turn around and say, yeah, my partner's a fed. What on earth? However, what has he started to do? First off, he started to constantly do these political videos, and it's always, you have to do something right now. This 30-second video is going to teach you what you need to know to survive. and he does these political videos, and it's always, going off of whatever the current trending psyop is. Maybe he doesn't know this, but I'm assuming that he does, because he's being fed information from his CIA partner. So these people that send me all of these news that want me to do constant uplinks about what's going on and what's going on in the world and the things that nobody's talking about, I will not do videos on them. Because I can't verify that what you're sending me is true. I can see the link, I can read the link, it can sound right, it can make sense, I can put the connections together, all of that, but can I actually verify? What can you, as my viewer, verify when it comes to what you believe is happening in the world? You cannot. When a tornado hit when a tornado hit locally, I could verify that. My wife's studio and stuff like that around there was destroyed. I went there. The telephone poles were down. Signs were blown over. Buildings were completely destroyed. I cannot. The wind was bad. I can verify that there was in fact a tornado there. Okay. But something could happen in Bowling Green, Kentucky, having to do with our government. There could be a mass shooting, there could be a mass tragedy, there could be a bombing, and I'm a ways away from there, but close enough to go and see it. If I make a day trip out of it or something, and I could not verify it, because what's going to happen? By the time I get there, it's all going to be taped off. They're not going to want people walking over there. They're going to be keeping people out. It's going to be a no First Amendment zone, right? I could not verify with my own two eyes. Are there dead bodies on the ground, or are these actors? Chances are it's not going to happen. They're going to bring in enough feds to cordon off the area. Okay, so what I'm telling you, all of these people sending me news, I'm not telling you to stop. I can't read them all. That's for dang sure. But I'm not telling you to stop. I'm not mad at you for doing it. But if I don't know you personally, then I cannot verify what you're sending me unless I could verify it through 100 different sources. But if I can verify it through 100 different sources, it's just mainstream media anyways. Focus on your house, your family, raising your kids. It is so hard to work a 9-to-5 job and to do what is right for your family. And I'm not saying that anybody's wrong for doing it. I am saying that if you're doing a 9-to-5 job and you're teaching your kids and you're raising your family, you're raising your household, you're getting training, you're becoming a better person, you're eating well, you're staying in shape, I am saying that what you are doing is incredibly hard and you are awesome. What I'm also saying is that if you're working a 9-to-5 and you're not doing all of those things, you're not doing the right thing, but I understand. I couldn't. That's why I don't. I could make a lot more money than I make running this business, and I could have a bigger house, and I could have a more expensive car. Whatever the case may be, I don't care, because it's not important. So, Psyops, guys, I hope none of you were into the QAnon thing. I really hope none of you are still on the QAnon thing. But I myself worked with Psyops. And first off, the job of Psyops can be quite difficult. when they want you to think of World War II or East Germany dropping leaflets out of planes, right? They're constantly going back to this concept of analog psyops. And yet, think of QAnon. Some dude was able to say, I have some secret information on 4chan, write a little paragraph, and change the country. We're in an age where psyops cannot be easier. And here's what psyops is. Cut through all the crap. Cut through all of the programming. Cut through all of the marketing. Psyops is being marketed. All right? Cut through all of that. Psyops, psychological operations, the war for your mind, is marketing for the government. So if something has an excellent return on investment for a business, that means a business can have a minimal financial investment and get a maximum return on their investment, then the government also can use that same thing to the same effect. Why is that important? This YouTube right here, this Grassroots channel, how many other Grassroots channels are there? And how many are successful? I know The Last Huntsman, Gabriel, out there doing his thing, taking his time because he's passionate about it. And listen, if I know you and you've got a Grassroots channel and I forget you, I do apologize. I'm not going to be able to remember. QAnon, yeah, just psyops, just some Trump conspiracies that were absolutely retarded. But I like, how many YouTube channels, Bear Independent, I don't know the guy, but he just signed up with Nutrient Survival. I've got a pallet of Nutrient Survival food, not a pallet, a box of Nutrient Survival food in my basement. They reached out to me, sent it to me. Me and my wife could hardly eat it. Zach, if you're still watching, you remember I brought it on our adventure. I made 2 packs of it because I was starving and I could barely eat more than a couple bites because it tasted like chemical trash. Disgusting. Nasty. You know what I brought on my last adventure while I was teaching people reconnaissance techniques and movement through the woods? I brought freaking bagels and sardines and dates. Guaranteed better nutrition than any of that crap. Bigger, but I didn't need to take as much as I did, and I shared a lot too. And I wasn't carrying a whole lot of weight. Anyways, it takes a lot of sacrifice to run a Grassroots channel, but you are meant to believe that everything that you watch, that every Mountain House is delicious. Apparently, they're not so nutritious or good for you long term, but they are delicious. Man, they're expensive. Yeah, so anyways, Bear Independent got on board with Nutrient Survival. Nutrient Survival, I think the guy claims to be a ranger, but you know, Black Scouts all up their butts. Some of my subscribers personally reached out to the owner of Nutrient Survival and was like, hey, this guy's doing this stuff, and they didn't give a crap. You know, all of these dudes linked in with Full Spectrum. I'm not familiar with full Spectrum Survival. And part of this problem is I don't really watch YouTube, guys. I wouldn't even have barely known what Black Scout Survival was, but I tell you what I did. When I started Exodus Knife and Tool, I thought that I don't need to be so isolationist, that I need to be friendly, that I need to network with people, and I started following hello from Arkansas. Okay. Prayers for folks in Mississippi. This is why the comments thing on the screen, it's a terrible deal. Yeah, I don't really watch YouTube, guys, so it's hard for me to know what's what. You know, and again, Baron Dependent, I know who he is. I've seen him a little bit, looked all right, but like as people get more and more involved with other people, you see this networking happening. You get more sus. And here's the thing about psyops: you don't have to know that you're part of a psyop to be used by a psyop. You don't have to know you're part of a psyop to be a part of a psyop. People are easy to manipulate. What's up, Jessup? So, you know, the more money becomes involved, the more questionable it's going to be. And the more shallow your goals and desires are, the easier it is going to be to manipulate you. If you start a YouTube channel, and Christopher, if you start a YouTube channel and your goal from the outset is to make money, how could you be easier to manipulate? Look back through the Bible, look at just the annals of satanic manipulation, people who give into evil. Let's even look at your pop culture, your stories, and your fantasies. Power, money, women. These are the tools. These are the tools used by Satan. The shallower you are, the easier you are to be taken advantage of. So I started this YouTube channel because I hated all of the fake YouTube channels and crap information that was being put out. Now, then I did think, you know what, as I start putting together reviews on good products that I can verify, I'll make a website and I'll sell those products which I have extensively reviewed and can vouch for. It's good in concept. It's a very common concept. It's what everybody wants to look like. You know, everybody's got their YouTube channel and they have a little store, an Amazon store or something. They sell a bunch of stuff. But then they get tempted to add a bunch of other stuff that they haven't really tested, you know what I mean? And they realize that just showing off another product, another drop, adding it to their store adds to a bunch of extra money, things start going downhill. So it's funny, if you look at my oldest videos, and I've been doing this for almost 10 years now, all I did to advertise myself was at the end of my video, I had a little shaking, vibrating box that said Beach and Tactical across it, and that was it. And the video ended with a little bit of music in this little shaking box that said Beach and Tactical. And when I finally was like, hey guys, I have a business and I would appreciate it if you supported this business, people are like, what? I've been supporting you for years and I never knew you had a business. Because I don't like talking about my businesses. Something else I absolutely should not talk about. This is the worst thing for me to talk about, by the way. A very stupid business move, marketing move on my part. You know, Blade Show just gave their fixed blade of the year to one of their sponsors. And they're like, we have a panel of judges that's completely Montana Knife Company out. Tied in with all of the glowies and the dirt bags, out. Anyways, Houghton Era is hitting me up. Anyways, okay, so, you know, our judges, they wait, what made a production fixed blade made of D2 in China that's a normal belt knife with a little Kydex sheath? What made that reach a criteria for knife of the year? I could be missing something here, guys. So I'm not saying that this is true. I'm not saying, but when you look at that knife and you think, what makes that so special? And then you realize that QSP is one of their huge sponsors. And you see that, you know, all they've got is Civivi and all these Chinese brands posted all huge all around the show, all around their magazines and stuff. And then you see that this seemingly whatever knife is the knife that won Fixed Blade of the Year, you're going to have questions. And look, someone's going to be like, he said that you only picked this knife to win Knife of the Year, Fixed Blade Production Knife of the Year because they're your sponsor. I'm not necessarily saying that, but I'm saying it's easy to believe that. Now, I'm affiliated. I'm affiliated with Primary Arms and I'm affiliated with PSA. That started out because you could go to I was buying all kinds of stuff from PSA, ammo, magazine, optics, Primary Arms, and PSA. They had them in stock. They had the best prices. I was like, if I'm an affiliate for these companies, people can use my link, buy what they're already going to buy. It doesn't even have to be a PSA product. I get a small kickback. Win-win. Well, fast forward a little bit. It just so happens that I carry a dagger every day as my personal defense weapon. I've got Rodney Taylor, Black Scout Survival, former Marine, 90% sure never even deployed, but still CIA partner, sharing my address, threatening me, my wife, and my kids, hiring a private investigator to find out about where my wife works. Do you think that I'm going to carry a pistol based on anything having to do with... You guys don't even see me review the dagger more than anything else. I'm going to do a big full review on it. It's my favorite pistol of all freaking time. I went out to do a training class with some guys, and I had a target at 80 yards, shooting at a decent pace, and had like an 80% hit ratio, like ping, ping, ping on a silhouette target. Iron sights, not a red dot. I love the thing, man. Yeah, no amount of money or brand anything is going to at all have any effect on what I carry every day to smoke some guy, especially if my family and kids are involved, right? And so some guys on here like, oh, I can't trust this video that you did because you're affiliated with Palmetto State Armory. Palmetto State Armory does not pay me. If you use my link, which is a generic link to their website, to buy anything, I get a kickback. That kickback comes from Avant Link. But still, like I was saying with Blazio, I understand how if you don't understand how this works, it can look bad. I think it's silly. I think it is... I think it's silly. But that's why I worked so hard to be completely separated from brands and sell beach and tactical products. I make rifle slings. I designed it in Afghanistan. And so I don't review my slings. I do videos on how to use them, but I don't review my own products. That's how I make money. And if I think I sell the best stuff for the price. I think that my slings are the best, and I think that my knives are among the best when you consider cost, quality control, fit and finish, materials, heat treat, versatility. I think I've designed some of the most versatile knives on the market for fixed blades, for everyday carry and everything else. But all right, so where did I lose you, Chris? You're saying Black Scout Survival went off a cliff. His homesteading stuff was interesting. Chris, wait, what? Southern Prepper 1. I don't know Southern Prepper 1, and I probably should. Wrangler Star, I think, is a great example of... Chris, let me know where I lost you. Wrangler Star is a great example of a channel that just... I kind of thought he was a show from the get-go, but I mean... Kevin, I appreciate that, man. They're only going to get better. Chris, let me know where I lost you on what topic, and I'll break it down for you if you want. I just don't know what you're talking about because I've been talking for a while now. Anyways, guys, here's the thing. The news. Our society has been... Oh, yeah. Black Scout Survival had a private investigator look into me. Christopher Alexander. My website is beachandtactical.com. The Striborg 9mm is, I believe, a short pistol caliber carbine. If it has an extendable stock with a mounting point at the back and at the front, it should work. It's only one size, very versatile. I have people running them on everything from big, long, heavy bolt guns down to little short guns. As long as a gun doesn't get over about 8 to 10 pounds, it's fantastic. Over that, you need something with more padding. Yeah, he had a private investigator look into me and was digging into verifying some information about my wife and where she works. Buck 112 Auto, have not done anything with it really. I used to wish that I could work with Buck on reviewing some of their products and stuff like that, and I would see, you know, these other channels that they would send their knives out to, and just and guys, Southern Prepper and Bear Independent, I don't know that they're bad, guys. Bear Independent, I've seen some of his stuff that I really liked. I just can't verify them, and I will say being affiliated with Nutrient Survival at this point is sus. Do I think that having a lot of firearms is a form of idolatry? So I'm just going to put this tapioca pudding to the side for now. Anything can be a form of idolatry. If you watch this channel and you are atheist or strongly... I did not get to get the gold star on my wings. No, sadly, that was not me. If you're strongly atheist or anti-Christian and you don't know that I'm Christian yet, then that's on me. And I say things that can be potentially very offensive. But anything that you put above God and Christ is an idol, including yourself. And being satanic is putting anything in front of God. Primarily the worship of self and humanity. That's actually where I got my first... when I first started really asking questions about Black Rifle Coffee, when they waxed poetic about Burning Man. A celebration of humanity, where everybody does drugs and bangs whores. So, can owning a lot of guns be idolatry? Absolutely. Can having a YouTube channel be idolatry? Can your wife and kids be idolatry? Your physique, your car, your food, anything. Anything can be idolatry. So this is a very relevant topic for me personally. I've been challenged on this by my friend from Singapore. And I've been challenged. And by the way, guys, like, I say some stuff that can be very offensive if you're not a Christian, but it doesn't mean I don't like you. In fact, if I feel uncomfortable telling the truth about my Christianity, and what I believe because you aren't a Christian, but I tell you the truth anyways, it really is a sign of respect. And I didn't used to do it so much. Um, and so, it is what it is. And some of my subscribers, friends, viewers, I've had religious discussions and even arguments with about it. It seems like it comes up a lot. People believe in the old gods or believe that they're pagan and talk about that being superior to Christianity. But they don't know anything about the pagan religion. They don't live their lives by pagan tenets. They don't know anything about true Norse mythology, or what their rituals were or what they needed to do to appease the gods. They don't live in any way as a pagan. And so, yeah, like I really don't. I won't say I don't care, because I would prefer for everybody to be a Christian for their own good. But like, if you're like, hey, you're a Christian and whatever. I mean, I don't really care. I'm not a Christian. I don't really care. Well, I don't really care either. I want what's best for you, but like, I mean, you're an adult. I can't save you. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that Christians get wrong. Like, I can't save you, bro. I can't have any part of your salvation except to be a tool that was chosen to be used by the Holy Spirit. And you know what? If I was a tool chosen to be used by the Holy Spirit for you, I'll probably never even know it. Something I say might not even hit you for 20 or 30 years or after I'm dead. I don't need to know it. I don't need to know that I had a part in it, because it's not me. It doesn't matter. The elect, God's elect, will be saved, and vessels of dishonor will not be. So I don't need to like fight to prove you wrong or to do anything else. I need to try and be a good example, and I need to tell the absolute truth as best as I can and as best as I can see it. And beyond that, I'm just here to try and help people. And I'll tell you what, my Christian faith is why I do this YouTube channel and why I want to help people see the truth, and why I want to help you survive. And if you're not a Christian, but you like all of those things, I mean, what motivates me is what motivates me to give this stuff to you guys for free. So it's still kind of a win-win. But, anyways, so I appreciate the people that can take it for what it is and not be offended. But, and I appreciate the people who need to hear it too. But guys, never feel the need to reach out to me and thank me. You can if you want to, but it's not me. Anything good that I do is not of me. I don't believe in good people at all. I don't believe that, who was it? Was it Spurgeon who said, never blame someone for the bad things that they say about you, because the truth is worse, right, than they know. So anyways, so that's all a weird deal. I actually thoroughly enjoy talking to people who are not Christian or who are not religious, but who are, I have ham and ranch arson case in Oregon. I have not. Christopher, if you could send me an email or comment that somewhere else. I don't have anything to write it down, and I will not remember it if you don't, but I am interested. I like talking to people who can think objectively. And so, so if you're not a Christian, crap, even if you hate Christians, I'm going to be honest, but you can think objectively and rationalize your position and have logic that is consistent. Like, let's have a talk. The Preppers Bunker outdoors@gmail.com. Appreciate it, man. I think one of my biggest pet peeves is logical inconsistency. And it just fires me up sometimes when it really shouldn't, on stuff that really doesn't matter. When people will make a point, I will make a counterpoint, and then they'll just contradict themselves. Like, but just to keep the argument going. But you don't see how you're arguing with me, but you're arguing with yourself. And your original point is wrong. Like, by your own admit, no, it's not wrong. What? Anyways, logical consistency and objective reasoning. There is a philosopher who said that people are not truly mature adults until they can look at themselves objectively or self-actualize. And the number of people that you will meet who can criticize themselves and who can self-actualize and self-improve and actively look at the negatives of themselves and look at how we can better ourselves, it's not a whole lot of people. In that video with Rodney, he's telling me how stupid Beach and Tactical is, and I'm like, I mean, yeah. He said it's a flop. I think I said for it to have been a flop, it would have had to have been successful at some point. It's paid the bills here, guys, but I don't have a Porsche parked out here. I don't live in a trailer like he accuses me of, but you know what? I don't care if I really did. But and he knows that I don't live in a trailer. Everything that he said in the video was just a lie to try and make me mad in the call. It's such a pathetic thing. Exodus Knife and Tool, exodusknifeandtool.com. And I've got shirts on Teespring. I don't advertise my Teespring enough. I'm supposed to be making a new I Hate Communists hoodie for my Teespring tonight. I told a guy that I would do that. But yeah, I've got all kinds of clothes on Teespring. It's kind of expensive, and I don't really have a very big profit margin for it. So I've been trying to use someone local. Now, for you guys who did order the I Hate Communist t-shirts, those are still being made locally. They should be ready anytime now, so I think I'll be shipping those out pretty soon. But one more question. Is it worth serving in the military as a Christian, even if there's a chance you'll be fighting in foreign wars? So at this point, I would say no. And the reason is, for one, you're not going to learn tactics that are relevant to small unit tactics, to resistance, to guerrilla warfare. So I'm glad to hear you're liking your Exodus Knife and Tool hat. Not many of those have sold, and I don't think I'll be buying more, most likely. So good on you. Those are cool. So, your military tactics that you would learn would revolve around Battle Drill 1 Alpha, which is your basic react to contact, support fire, flanking, pushing through the objective, clearing the objective, okay? The military is based on tactics that involve people who are just numbers, who are replaceable, and logistical support. You take away replaceable people and logistical support, and all of a sudden, almost everything that you learn in the military is trash. The best thing that you will learn today in the military is how trash people are and how trash our military is, and how not to do things, and how to suck if you were to join and be infantry like I was. How to go out, get 2 hours of sleep, walk through thorn bushes all night long, wearing a big heavy pair of nods on your face while your back hurts, following some moron who's lost. And you learn you can do that. You learn you can do a lot. You sleep out in the rain. You freaking you don't get to eat not because it's part of the training, but because they're too incompetent to have ordered food for the field problem, right? Um, and then what you do is you're in this socialist organization where whoever's teaching you something in a class just wants to get out of the class so we can stop dealing with stupid privates who don't want to be there and go home and get drunk. And you in the spot, you putting forth the lowest amount of effort possible to not be seen, but also not do too much work. You just want to go home and stop doing the stupid training that's half-assed anyways. Yeah, and then you gotta get Black Rifle Coffee Company enemas, as commented there for extra homo motivation, you know. So you know, recycled PowerPoints, lots of those. It used to be, you know, so funny. Before the Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed, we'd have these EO briefs. You had mandatory sexual assault. I don't remember what EO stands for. Sexual freaking briefs. Okay, whatever. And they'd always be like, look, the majority of rape in this military is man on man. I don't think Rodney is high enough in the glowy dirtbag psyop ranking to be hanging out with Mike Glover. Mike Glover's up there with like the all-stars. He's down here as like the little outer perimeter guy that they use as like a peanut gallery or something. But anyways, so you go to these briefs, man on man rape. The second that they got rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, they were like, there is no man on man rape in this military. If you are a man, you are a rapist and you rape women and gays. Don't talk about them being gay. Don't rape them. And it's like, wait, I'm not gay though. Why would I? What? But you know that like there was this instant shift in the EO briefings and the guy in charge and everything like that. And it got really gay. But that's in like here we were talking about association earlier. People are like, is Brandon Herrera bad? It's kind of sad to me that we have to ask, but that sounds derogatory, and actually that is derogatory. I probably shouldn't say it that way because we don't all have the gifts that I've been given in seeing this stuff, so I shouldn't say that. That wasn't right. But yes, yeah, Brandon Herrera is a turd. He's completely, fully revealed himself at this point, but look at who he's been hanging out with. He's clearly a satellite guy for, thank you, my best, satellite guy for Black Rifle Coffee, right? And now, you know, Grand Thumb, who says all this great stuff, puts a great foot forward and everything like that. You know, you see all of these guys getting together. I saw a lot of these guys when they were little guys. That's how long I've been around. Brandon Herrera, I think when I met him, he probably had 10, 15,000 subscribers, probably less. Kentucky Ballistics, I actually reached out to him when I had way more subscribers than he did, and he was like, yeah, dude, I'm way too busy for you. And I was like, who starts a channel and has like 1,000 subs and says something like that? He's already in, guys, from the get-go. Who do I like? I like Mark Felton Productions, although I don't trust him because he's said some sus and contradictory stuff before, but that's okay. Mark Felton, Project Farm, best channel on YouTube, no question. Cedric and Ada, the best Leviathan tribe member, hugely sus. And yeah. Wow, that's wild. YouTube channel. Cedric and Ada is the best knife channel on YouTube. That's just the way it is. I believe that fully. Project Farm's local to you, dude. I would love to meet him just to be like, dude, thank you for being so honest. I just noticed how you are actively trying to break down the gun community right here, right now, in real time. Explanation, please. So, guys, there's a difference between being pro gun and pro Second Amendment. And this comes right back to Psyops. Freaking Trojan horse. The best way to destroy something is from the inside. You all know that the NRA is bullcrap and that the NRA has basically destroyed the Second Amendment community. And yet, once again, I was talking about marketing and psyops. Print, shoot, repeat. I met him. I gave him one of my slings. He does a little too much of the comedy stuff. I'd like to think he's a good guy. I actually don't know much about him, but he's pushing the 3D printed side of the gun community, which I think is really healthy, but I don't know much more than that. So you've got to destroy things from the inside. Well, you can't have a nation full of people believing that all gun laws are infringements. You've got to make people think that they just need to keep buying more guns and that they're not gun rights, they're gun privileges. And, you know, these guys, they're not encouraging you to go get training. They're not giving you the avenues to go get training. They're encouraging you to go buy more guns. But they're also encouraging you to upkeep current gun laws. You can say that all gun laws are infringements and turn around and be like, oh, but, you know, we don't want them having guns. And he's a felon. We don't want him having a gun. And all you're doing is supporting the system. Have you ever realized that when someone says that they're pro 2A, but they support certain gun legislation, that they use the exact same argument as the Democrats? Here's the argument. Here's the whole argument. I think good people that I like should be able to have guns, but I think that there are also people who I don't like, who are really scary, and they should not have guns. Oh, weird. The right and the left agree on that. We have the Second Amendment, but don't pay attention to any of that. So yes, the whole Guntuber community, all of these dudes, you're like, oh, and again, I like Grantham. To be honest, I've watched maybe only 2 of his videos, or maybe only half of 2 of his videos. But people I talk to about him, he seems absolutely legit, like a nice guy and everything like that. But like, Rex Reviews has impressed me. Oh wait, you're saying a Patriot? That's confusing. Rex Reviews. I might even be confusing Rex Reviews. Lucas T-Rex Arms. I like what the dude says. The dude craps on Black Rifle Coffee. They crap back on him. Here, by the way, guys, just because the FBI or one of these glowies turns on somebody doesn't mean they're your friend, okay? So Mike Glover, the FBI's most wanted man. Give me a freaking break. He just turned a bunch of patriots who took his classes into the FBI. The entire Patriot community got pissed off and had to do damage control. The dude's a CIA operative directly working with the FBI, and all of a sudden he's the FBI's most wanted man? How convenient. It's like, again, not to be derogatory, but come on, guys. Come on. Who's that freaking cop who got popular for calling out his... Here's why it hurts, and here's why nobody wants to believe it. Cop got popular for calling out his police department. Everybody saw his little video. He's sitting in a patrol car. He's got the big nose on him and whatever. And he's like, you know, cops can't be doing that, blah, 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 blah. Now he's going out there and he is supporting this red flag law politician who Brandon Herrera also supports. He's going to all of these Black Rifle Coffee events, and he's saying stuff like, this guy, maybe he did pass some bad laws. I don't care. Let me tell you, this guy's a patriot. If you like him, you are my people. Why Why does it hurt when people who stood up for liberty are now wolves in sheep's clothing? It hurts because you believed in them and you want to still believe in them. And now you had your hope in them. If your hope's in anybody but Christ, you will be disappointed. Don't even have your hopes in me. I'm going to let you down. I don't know how, but I will. It's sinful nature. I will slip up somewhere, and if you have hopes in me, maybe Anderson Cooper. I don't know what's going on with Anderson Cooper, but yeah. To heck with that guy. What, Dax? What are you whining about? Who is this stupid police officer wanker? So he gets kicked out of his police department, obviously. And he starts a GoFundMe. He makes like $200,000. Okay. And he starts his own Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu dojo. And now he's out here sucking off Black Rifle Coffee, living his best little life. And supporting these pro-gun politicians. I want to find this guy's name now. Let's see here. I'm going to just police. Doggone it. Police officer relieved after calling out department. I'm not going to find it. Is his name Alexander or something? He was really popular for a little while. Yankee Marshall. I don't know about Yankee Marshall. I do know that, he might say that he has the same beliefs that I am, vocalizing here. But he also had a lot of problems with James Yeager saying it was time to pack up your bags and go fix problems with your own two hands. He didn't like that. He didn't like James Yeager's concept of how the Second Amendment is intended to be used. So I can't like this guy. I can't believe that someone actually supports I can't believe that somebody supports. I don't know about a cop criticizing LeBron. No, the police department was like wrongfully and forcefully doing something to some dude, or maybe it had to do with the riots. I think it had to do with the riots. And he called his own police department out while in his car, And here's the thing, guys. Look at these events that are being put together by Psyops, by your government to mislead you. Many of them, we are seeing things happen today that had to have been planned out. Yankee Marshall went to the Chop Zone, Washington State, said he was on their Antifa side when they knocked his hat off his head and they thought it was a pro-cop pin in it. No, it wasn't Donut Operator, and I don't know Donut Operator very well. Anyways, whatever. Anyways, guys, look, if I were the ideal person to be the next big thing in this whole culture, I would not make enough money to have the video quality content and consistency to get there. You don't just, Black Rifle Coffee wants you to believe that these three guys just got together, started brewing some coffee, and boom, they got the investment needed to start this business, and they were on Fox News. It's not how it works. Oh, that reminds me, Lucas, T-Rex Arms. I like the guy. I think that he's probably not blessed with his voice and looks very much like me, right? But I think that a lot of what he says and what he does is on the money. How do you get the invite onto Fox News, though? And I'm not saying that he's bad because he was on Tucker Carlson's show, but it's sus. It should be suspect. How do you get the invite to mainstream media? Now, you're supposed to think you get the invite by being successful, by being, but no, you don't. Just because someone's successful doesn't get them onto Fox News, or just because someone has, it's a little sus, man. And I should probably get going here. I really need to actually get back to packing up knives and stuff tonight. But here's the other thing, guys, is Psyops can work in a lot of different ways, and our government and Satan himself know very well how to manipulate people. And so you could have a guy tell absolutely 100% of the truth. I'm going to use Alex Jones as an example here. Alex Jones does not tell 100% of the truth. Yeah, excuse me. But if he did, let's say Alex Jones, he could tell 100% of the truth. The government could give him 100% of their secret documents to share with people. And every word that he could say would be true, and they could still use him as a psyop by making him act like an absolute fool to discredit by his tarnished name anybody who holds those truthful opinions. So you'll get a lot of guys that have a lot of opinions and are really up to date on current events and who seem to have a lot of the secret information and stuff, right? And they're absolutely unhinged nutcases that happen to be really entertaining, okay? Why are they always so fringe? Because it makes anybody who agrees with them also look fringe. Guys, we have a machine. Trump getting arrested. Ugh. Just classic playbook, psyop, QAnon, all the way. Alex Jones absolutely is controlled opposition. So is freaking Joe Rogan. The conservatives are just freaking going to town on Rogan's wiener. And the dude supported a socialist for president of the country. So, again, guys, look. I think that my rifle slings are the best. I designed them for what I want, so I should think they're the best, okay? My rifle slings are not going to save your life. In a life or death situation, in the apocalypse, in the upheaval, in the Civil War, and whatever, your life is not likely to be saved because you had the right rifle sling. Look, if you can't afford one of my rifle slings and you can't afford another good sling and you've got to use a piece of webbing, you'll make it work. I don't suggest paracord. I've done the paracord thing. It's not a good thing. Get some webbing, right? Take a strap off of a backpack, figure it out. My knives probably are not going to be what saves your life. They're incredibly versatile. I think that they're incredibly well designed, well made, easy to carry, easy to use for a huge variety of tasks. Gabe of all trades just made an entire bushcraft shelter in one day that's very nice, using only the jackalope, no big chopper, nothing, even for these big branches and stuff. Are they going to be what saves your life? Probably not. Nothing that you own now matters. Most likely in a real emergency. The only thing that matters is what cannot be taken from you. And I'm gonna go at this from two angles here: is secular logical angle, and then Christian angle. Okay, what's in your head? The only way to take from you what's in your head is to kill you. At which point, whatever. What you owned after you're dead doesn't matter anyways. So, if you've lost everything else, get training and experience. A lot of understanding on a lot of this stuff just comes from being out there and doing stuff. And that's why these 9-to-5 jobs and these sports balls that you all watch, and these drugs and alcohols and all the sexes and all of these things and all of these distractions, that's why they all exist, because it makes it almost impossible to do a 9-to-5 job and to go out and grow, to really truly grow. But you need to prioritize getting out there, getting training, learning, going on adventures yourself. Go shoot, go camp, go do a lot of stuff. Alex Jones was right about a ton of stuff. That's part of being a controlled opposition. They feed you a lot of truth and then they use it for their own whatever. But get the experience, guys. They can't take it from you, okay? And so yeah, I'll sell you stuff. I make and sell really good stuff, right? But I'm not here to just sell it to you. I want to encourage you. Like, if I can do a bushcraft video, I'd like to do a bushcraft or adventure video that is somewhat relaxing, that is beautiful, and that encourages you, makes you think, man, I need to get out and go do something. Look, and if you live in the suburbs, it's really hard to do, you know. But I want people to get experience. I just got into this argument with this guy in a knife group today, and he has this vastly oversimplified concept on his knives. He starts discussions and stuff. Maybe he's well-intentioned, but part of the Dunning-Kruger effect says that the less that you actually know, the more you think you know. The more prideful you are, the more you are willing to fight and get into an argument, right? And in this guy's starting this argument with me, and I'm like, man, I'm just thinking, like, if you were willing to be objective here and to think, you could really be helped. But you always share all these knives that are absolutely brand new and then and beautiful and unmarked, and then he shares one picture of a knife with some small little scuff marks on it, some small little dirt on it. Like, share your opinion on these knives from a position of experience. Look, and why this all started, you know, I really liked knives, and I was like, I want to buy a new knife, but I haven't really used this one. Then I'm like, what do I use this for? I carried a Tops dart in Afghanistan. The smart people carried a pocket knife. I carried a Tops dart, a pocket knife, and a battle axe for a lot of it, because I was a private. And now I'm trying to help people not fall into that same fantasy. Guess what? Most people, nobody carries a battle axe in Afghanistan as an infantryman as long as I did. You aren't going to carry that thing for more than a mile walking in the heat in the desert in body armor. But we're constantly promoting this fantasy. And while you are living in this fantasy and you are encouraging this fantasy from a position of comfort, you're wasting your money on more and more stuff that's not going to matter, and you're setting yourself and your family up to die. What's up, Steven? So, guys, bad stuff is coming. It's the truth. But the devil's in the details, guys. If you're gonna come away from my channel with anything, like, the road to hell is paved in good intentions, it means a lot. It's not just this little saying that we know. The devil's in the details. It's a huge deal when you're thinking about life. You have to be a little bit skeptical. Understand the Trojan horse, the bad apple in the bunch. So Tops El Chapo is my favorite fish processing knife. I'm not familiar with that model. Tops has some good knives. They've been doing a lot better lately. I've been really critical of them in the past, but they're doing better stuff. Yeah, I am doing April 1st, this big live auction on some really rare knives and stuff like that. I hope that they won't be too cheap, because it's going to fund my next knife model, the setup and the tooling. I don't want to pass that cost on to my customers, so I want to sell some of the things that I own to help raise that money. And so the setup and the tooling for the Legionnaire, I believe at this point, it's going to be about $5,500. So between, my own knife sales and my own money that I'm making in that auction, I'm hoping to raise $5,500. Now, and that buys me, 0 knives. That gets me to where I can order knives. At that point, we'll probably get about 100 knives in. And, then that's where we'll start making profit, Lord willing, if I can sell enough knives. But, every new knife model, guys, this whole business thing, like, I'm a doggone peasant like everybody else, right? The business thing, the amount of investment, it's huge. I have not gotten to where I am because of my skill. Like, if Rodney wants to make fun of me and is like, your knife company's not even successful, your designs aren't even good, and White River shouldn't even be working with you, well, I would think that a couple of those things were wrong. But I didn't think that White River was going to want to work with me in the beginning. And to this point, I think that they are too good of a manufacturer for me. I think that they're better than I deserve. The success that I have gotten about my Myers-Briggs personality type, confusing individual for me. I don't know about the Myers-Briggs test or whatever, but what I have accomplished, it's not because of me. I have poked in some of the right places and prodded in some of the right places, but my success has been a blessing to me from God. And a big way that has come to fruition has been through White River Knife and Tool being absolutely amazing to work with, probably too good to me. And they also happen to be the best knife manufacturer in the doggone country. And I didn't earn that. So it's it is what it is. But anyways, this has been one of my longest live videos. I'm sure it will cause me all kinds of problems in the future with things that I said that I probably shouldn't have. But guys, here's the deal, really. is I'm an open book in general. I'm not here to fluff myself up. I don't really care what people think. I'd rather people like me, of course, but I don't really care. And so, there's no like mask. Um, if I get to meet my subscribers all the time, and when you meet me, you're gonna be like, this guy's kind of awkward, but just exactly as ridiculous in person as he is on the camera. I don't even understand how people can fake it. Like, literally, look, I'm sitting in my living room talking to a cell phone. That's freaking weird. It's weird to fake that. It's weird to waiting for me to come pew. Send me a message about that. I think I remember where you're at, but I don't remember for sure. One thing about me, man, I am so bad about doing anything that's like not on the schedule. So I've got a lot of friends that are like, yeah, we can do a podcast, we can do this, we can do that. Just hit me up sometime and I'll do it. I'm probably available. I need to do that, but I'm really bad at it. Like, I'm like, um, send me a day and a time that's going to work for you. I put it on my calendar. I prioritize. If I don't do that, I'll prioritize work for my whole day, and then forget about anything else. So, anyways, Delta 34, we need to shoot, and if I can, let's get something on the calendar. So just an old army buddy texted me. I think uh, um, Ohio, yeah. Yep, not too bad. I think one of the things I'm thinking about doing, and by the way, like, and I don't leave behind like other people do, like all of these friends from different points in my life, like maybe one or two friends, but like people go to their high school reunions, people go to their basic training reunions, people go to their favorite unit, hang out with the guys they deployed with. Like, I'm not a very likable person, and I don't like a lot of people. But I was thinking maybe I should do a video with some of the guys that I served with, just a video, just chatting, just talking about our time in service or whatever. That might be fun to do. And there are a few people, maybe a total of 3 that I wouldn't mind visiting. Uh, Funny story. Uh, are all of y'all Yankees? I don't know if you're talking to me, but both myself and my wife are Northern. Uh, yes, definitely Northern. Um, I'm gonna go. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for making this an enjoyable experience for me. And probably encouraging me to say plenty of stuff I shouldn't have otherwise. Oh, I said all of that just to say that like there's no mask, and I go on here and I say what I feel led to say. So that's it. Uh, have a wonderful evening. Thank you again, and yeah, the stuff